By the end of this lesson, you should be able to find the vertices of an enclosed region that is created by 3 or more um, inequalities. So it's a system of inequalities with at least 3 inequalities, and what that does, it creates an enclosed region. So it's where all the graphs overlap. So all 3 graphs will overlap. This is used for what's called linear programming, which is going to be the next lesson. Okay, so we're just going to practice graphing linear inequalities, systems of linear inequalities, and finding the vertices of where they intersect. So if you look at this one, I have y is less than or equal to negative 3x plus 7, y is less than 1/2 x, and y is greater than negative 2. And I went into Desmos and I graphed all 3 regions. Okay, all three inequalities, and they overlapped in this section right here. So if you look, they overlap in this section here. All right, so that's where all the solutions are to this system. But what we're going to find today, we're going to graph that, but we're also going to find the vertices of the enclosed region. And again, these are used for something that we're going to do later, which is called linear programming. So what I do in Desmos is I just click on those vertices, and it gives me those vertices. And I'm going to come over here, I'm going to graph it. So let's see, 2, 1. I'm going to put a dot or a point. At 3, negative 2, I'm going to put a point. And at negative 4, negative 2, I'm also going to give a point. And when you do your classwork, I would like you to list out those points. So those are the vertices there. So vertice, again, if you don't remember from geometry, but a vertice is just where it's an angle, like it's where the 2 sides of an angle meet, and that's called the vertex, and then plural of that is vertices. All right, and then we're just going to draw that in. So this is a dotted line. This one's a dotted line. Whoops, I kind of missed on that. Let's try that again. All right. That's a lot better. And then this one is a solid line. And again, I don't have a straight edge, so I'm going to draw that as neat as possible. And then I'm going to go ahead and shade in the enclosed region there. Okay. So the vertices, I graph it in Desmos, see where they overlap, and then click on those vertices, and that's the vertices of the enclosed region. So if we look at this example, okay, again, x is greater than negative 3. I also want y less than or equal to negative 1/3 x plus 3, and I want y to be greater than x minus 1. So this is the region, so this region in here is where all 3 of those things are true. Okay, so if I pick a point, x is going to be greater than negative 3, y is going to be less than negative 1/3 x plus 3, and y is going to be greater than x minus 1. Okay, so all those points hold that to be true. And again, I click on the vertices, and they're negative 3, 4, 3, 2, and negative 3, negative 4. And again, this is going to help us with some information later that we need for linear programming. All right, so let me graph those points on this. So negative 3, 4, 3, 2, and negative 3, negative 4. This is my dotted line. Oh, they're all dotted lines because none of those are or equal to. So all these are going to be dotted. And then this is my shaded region right in there. Okay, so that's my enclosed region right there. Okay, so that's the area where all 3 of those inequalities are true. And then one more example. we want the region where y is less than negative 1/2 x plus 3, where y is also greater than 1/2 x plus 1, and also where y is less than 3x plus 10. So again, that's this area right here. All right, so I'm going to list out the vertices because that's the point of the assignment, is be able to find those vertices. And then you can get a decimal, that is fine. You just write the decimal out. Okay, so getting a decimal is okay on these. Although now that I'm looking at the remaining questions you have to do on the sheet, none of the remaining questions have decimal answers. So if you get a decimal answer, you know you did something wrong. -2, 4, 2, 2, and then why is my pen not working? There we go. 2, 2. And then I'm just going to estimate where -3.6, -0.8 would be about there. All right, and I think these are all dotted. Yep, because none of these are equal to. So these are all dotted. Here's my shaded region. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to do problems 7 through 12. Same thing, graph the shaded region. Okay, again, you only shade where all 3 graphs overlap, so that enclosed region, and then give me the vertices of the coordinate pair of the vertices of the enclosed region.